FanTEAsy podcast, where two besties spill all the delicious tea on the books we read. I'm Callie, and my bestie is Montana.
We are excited to be back. This episode, we are just talking all things books. What we are reading, what we have been reading that we loved, and what's going on in the bookish world. If you are a fan of the FanTEAsy podcast, please do not forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, follow us on all the social media platforms, and even consider leaving us a review wherever you are watching/listening. It would really help us grow and help the algorithm do its thing.
Kind of just hanging out.
Here.
And I think it's been great because Fourth Wing was a lot, and now we're like, okay, let's take a little break before we dive into Iron Flame. And yeah, we obviously still read like outside of Fourth Wing because we've already read Fourth Wing. So we have a lot of fun, exciting things happening and new books that we've been reading. There's tons always going on in the bookish community. And I guess before we dive in, what era are you in?
I'm in a folklore era today. I'm just kind of like, meh, you know?
Meh. That makes it sound like
in?
the album is like meh, but it's not. It's such a good album. But
no, it's a fantastic album. It's just my my mood is like very
like
melancholy right
mood.
now.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like I thought I was in folklore, but I'm in a Midnight's era.
Yeah, that checks.
I feel like honestly could just live in a Midnight's. That album has everything. It's so good.
Truly everything.
Truly.
You can't. I want to say you can't beat it, but they're all so good, so it's kind of hard to choose. But
right, you can't beat it. Well,
What are your current reads right now?
Okay, so I have been listening slightly when I actually have time to, which seems stupid because I usually listen like while I cook and stuff like that, but life has been very hectic. So I'm trying to listen to A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. I love her books. They're very magical realism. She has become like a auto-buy author for me. And then I am making my way through Throne of Glass. So I am on Queen of Shadows. And I love it is so good. But I just started, so coming out of Airfire, I had some hard feelings, and now going into Queen of Shadows, and it starts out pretty solid. So they just keep getting better and better. I'm enjoying it. What are you reading?
I mean, I'm stuck on Throne of Glass forever.
Yes.
So right now I'm doing 2 ARC e-reads right now. I'm working my way through Prelude of Fire by Christine Scholes. I just recently started A Curse of Breath and Blood by K.W. Foster. Both of them are fantasy. Prelude of Fire is more of like a faith-based Christian fantasy, and then A Curse of Breath and Blood is a lot more like high action, intense fantasy. They've both been pretty good. And I'm also listening to The Blood Trader. It is the 3rd installment in the Prison Healer series. It's by Lynette Noni, and oh my gosh, it's so good. And I'm only like 10 chapters in.
And I started the Prison Healer, and I don't know. It's not one that I'm like, I think I only listened to like the first 2 chapters. I'm not kidding. This year has been like, compared to my last 2 years, I just have not been on my reading game. Like, it went out the window. And
I mean,
I
everyone
started
goes
Prison
through
Healer,
that.
and yeah, it's been really rough. And which is so weird because this is the year that we actually started the podcast, but I don't know. Life has been, my kids' lives have been so busy. But I started Prison Healer, and I want to finish that one. I really liked that series. So, and I know you and Chelsea have loved it. So I'm like, I have to, I have to get to that one. It's on
You
my
do.
list.
It's really good. Well, what was
Hmm.
your last 5-star read?
Okay, so last 5-star read would have been Air of Fire, because that was what I most recently finished. And then I did Crowd of Midnight, which I also gave 5 stars. I think I've given them all 5 stars. I think the only one, maybe Throne of Glass, I haven't done 5 stars. I think I gave that one like a 4.5, but that was a
That's what I
slower
did
pace book
too.
compared to the others. But Air of Fire would have been my last in that series outside of Throne of Glass and Sarah J. Maas. It was Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez.
Mm,
And that whole series is really good. I was going to try to rank them of like, because it's Part of Your World, Yours Truly, and Just for the Summer. I think Yours
right.
Truly still does take the cake, and then I would go Just for the Summer and then Part of Your World, which I feel like is not
Oh,
a
interesting.
lot of other people's. I think everyone else really likes Part of Your World, but I don't know. The characters in that one weren't it. They were all really good, though. Really good. And
I
I would
haven't read
definitely
any of
read.
them, so I have no comment.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. They're contemporary romance, but she does a really good job of like bringing up like anxiety and
Right, like mental
like
health struggles.
past mental health, addiction, childhood trauma, like stuff like that plays into
Hmm.
adulthood, and they're all really good. So if you feel like you're in the mood for a romance, which I know is kind of rare for you, you read a lot of fantasy, but if you want one, or if anyone else wants one, those are great books. She's a great author, and the whole series is really good. And then if you do read them, let me know your order, because I always like it when you're in a series of like, okay, which one was your favorite from that series?
Hmm. See, my last
And
5-star read would have been The Gilded Cage. It's the second of the Prison Healer. I gave that one actually that's funny. So it's actually not a last 5-star read because I gave it 4.5 stars, just rounded up to
oh,
5. But
mm-hmm.
you know what? Now I have to check my Goodreads. Well, I
Yep.
guess before that if it wasn't a reread, then it would have been The Prison Healer. And The Gilded Cage was just as good. I just felt like I predicted some of the plot twist.
Yeah.
So it was a little more anticipated, but the first one, like the ending, my jaw was on the floor. Um, so last 5 and 4.5 would be those two. They were just both super good, and like I said, I'm working through the last one right now.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm such an emotional reader that if I'm like
Hmm.
raging pissed, crying, like
In
stunned to where I
shock,
don't want to pick up another book, that's like easy 5 star for me. If it's
hundred
like you're
percent.
saying, like you can kind of predict it, or if it's maybe not as exciting, like action wise, if it's fantasy, or I don't know. I'm a pretty lenient raider, to
I
be
am
honest.
too. We're not
Like it
here
takes
for
a
the
lot for me.
the
Yeah.
grammatical errors or
No,
plot
I do not
holes.
care.
If it's not like a humongous plot hole, then
Hmm.
it's fine. Like
To
it's
be
truly
honest, I
how the
probably
book
won't
was
even
presented
notice.
to us and how we felt.
Yes. I'm really horrible with catching even like the slightest discrepancies in a story. And some people are like, oh my God, this character did this. And then 2 seconds later said this. And that was contradicting. And I'm like, I didn't even know.
You're like, yeah, uh-huh.
Totally.
Same.
I caught that. I'm so smart. No, I have no idea. Like that stuff is, I'm here for the emotional trauma and that's it. Or
I
the
do think
romance, the
that you and I
smut.
probably have the same most anticipated release for this month.
For
And
this month, yes.
we've been waiting a hot minute for this book. So I'm actually
Yes.
so stoked for
I am
Daydream
excited.
to come out.
The Maple Hill
I've just
series.
Yes, Miss Hannah
I'm
Grace. It's,
excited. Hmm.
Icebreaker, Wildfire. Now we got Daydream. If you've read them and you know our boy Henry, This is Henry's story, and we are ready.
I'm pumped because I love Henry, first of all. The cover is purple. Thank you. Thank you. I need
Yeah.
purple books in my library. Um,
Mm-hmm.
of the two that were already out, oh God, I am trying to remember which one I liked more. You know, which one did I like
I
more? I
liked
can't remember.
Icebreaker more.
I think I did too. I think the smut was better in Icebreaker. Oh,
100%, but it was also the fact in Wildfire, our female lead, Aurora, it's she made her daddy issues her whole personality, and it was a
yep.
little much sometimes.
Yep.
But it was still really good. I really liked Russ, our main male
Mm-hmm.
character. He
I
was
did
super
really
cute
like
and super
Russ.
sweet. But it's hard to beat our fun competitive story between Stacy and Nathan. So
Nathan. I loved
I'm like,
Nathan. He was everything. And now the algorithm is algorithming on my Insta because I keep seeing videos of hockey players warming up. Yeah, this is why I enjoy hockey romance.
this is
Like, what
where
are you
this is
doing?
where my priorities are.
That's it. That's why I enjoyed it.
Big hockey fan over here, and yeah.
I didn't know I was, but no, I have gone to a couple of hockey games, and well, you are a huge hockey fan, but I have
I
only been to
am.
a couple like Predators games, and then yeah, I think that's it. The Nashville
They're
Predators,
fun.
and
Hmm.
yeah, super fun. I would definitely go again. We actually have a pretty good college team, so we don't
Hmm.
have pro sports in Nebraska. So UNO hockey is pretty good, but and then I think we have the Lancers too. And I think they're like semi-pro. I think. I don't know. Honestly,
That's
I should stop
okay.
talking because I
We
don't
just
know
lost our
what I'm saying.
NHL team. Well, Arizona
Oh,
just lost their NHL team. This was their last season here for the Coyotes. Utah has bought the franchise and they're moving out there. So we no longer have an NHL team, which it's fine. I was not a
it's
Coyotes
fine. I'm
fan in
fine.
the first place, but
No,
that
you're
means there's
not.
no NHL games coming near me now. So
I know, which stinks because now how do you watch your team when they come? So,
yeah, I have to like go somewhere else, I guess. I don't know. But it's fine. It is what
in
it
other
is. But
bookish non hockey news,
yeah, not hockey.
we veered on that one. It was
It's
related
all right.
in a sense, but we
It
did
was.
kind of get off of that. And then the other, it's not really a new release, but exciting things happening that does pertain, especially to the latest episodes of Fourth Wing that we just did. The paperback is coming out in September,
Yeah,
September
September
17th, I
17th.
believe. Yes. And
Yep.
it's so pretty.
It's
I hate that I'm like,
gorgeous.
yes, I need
I have to
another
have it.
copy of Fourth Wing. Of course I
No,
do.
what it's so beautiful. I have to have it. Like
It's so
I
pretty.
cannot.
Yes.
I yeah.
But I'm like,
The black, the
like
black
this is a whole
dragons.
shelf. Yeah.
Same,
And the
but
fact
it's
that they wrap all the
fine.
way, it's top, side,
Around,
and bottom.
yeah.
Yes.
They're
Like, okay,
gorgeous.
Rebecca, thanks for hurting my wallet more.
She
She's
really hit us with
destroying me.
something good, but it's
Mm-hmm.
fine. And this woman,
Mm-hmm.
man, her social media stories, like writing vibes with this song, or like how she's a
She kills
number one
me.
stand for Dane. I'm like, ma'am, Miss Ma'am,
Do not do
what is
that.
happening?
Do don't do that to me. I don't want him
I
to
just,
have a
uh-uh.
redemption at all. Like that sounds so mean, but I don't want him to have a redemption. What could you possibly
I
do?
mean, he had his
No,
redeeming
like
moments in Iron Flame,
yeah, small
but not a
ones
full
though,
arc.
but like yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to learn more about him to be like, "Oh, he's such a sweetie." No. I only want shadow daddies. Maybe if you
Cough,
bring Liam
cough.
back, we can discuss learning more about Dane.
Yes, and I need a Liam Salone reunion.
Oh, don't hurt my heart. No,
This is the only way we will accept it. Rebecca, these are our terms and conditions. Please let us know within
these
30
are the
days.
terms and conditions. So this last weekend was the movie adaptation release of It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. And although you and I
Mm-hmm.
are probably not the biggest Colleen Hoover stans at all, it was
Not
exciting
even
news.
close.
And my kids went back to school this week, and some of the teachers, I'm friends with them because we talk books, and obviously my kids at school. So they're all great teachers, whatever. So they had invited me to go to that. I didn't end up making it, but I had a little chat with them, and they had good things to say about it. The one, she had only read the first book, and I was like, well, I've read both. You should read the second book. It's better. They all said collectively that they all cried. So that's good, I think. Like I said, I'm an emotional person. So if I cry, especially in a movie, like
Mm-hmm.
that's good. I'm sure the movie too was really good. Like Blake Lively, chef's kiss. She can do no wrong in my book at all. Love her to death. And she's married to Ryan Reynolds, who is Deadpool.
Yeah, they're both
Give me
winning at
more.
life right now.
She's thriving. So, yeah, take a piece of that.
So
Uh
here's
yeah, but you
what
said
I
you
have
had
heard.
news. Yeah, you had news about
Yeah.
it.
Okay. So first, before even the actual movie itself, there's been so much controversy and beef between I can't even remember the main actor's name. I know his initials are
The male
JB, but because
actor.
he was also yeah, the I know he was also the
Yes.
director. And then
Yes.
Blake, like
Yes.
a lot of the trailers, especially like the interviews and stuff that she's talked about, it's more marketed as a rom-com with which if you don't know or if you have read the book, it is actually about a domestic violence relationship. Nowhere near a
Mhm.
rom-com. And a lot of people get really mad at Colleen Hoover for this because they say that she romanticizes these kind of relationships. I mean,
Mhm.
honestly, I think that this book was written, yes, it is romanticizing it, but it is very much so written from the person in the relationship who's like, oh no, it's fine. It'll never happen again. Like, she's not actually
Yes.
saying
You want to
those
believe
things are
that. Yeah.
okay.
Right.
Yeah. But I know like kind of half of the marketing strategies have been saying it's just, oh, it's a happy rom-com. So people did not know what to expect going into it and were shocked. Whereas a lot of the trailers that have been taken down or not being showed now are the actual story and the director slash main male character. And his name is totally escaping me now, but I know
I
he's
do
kind
know
of
it.
more been honest about like what this story is about. But yeah, please tell me because I know it's JB or JD, something like that, but like I feel like it's JB.
There, and even with some of the, because Blake Lively, when she agreed to do it, she obviously read the book and then, spoke with Colleen
Hmm.
Hoover, really wanted to translate the story for what it was. Like she
Yeah.
felt like it was an important story to share, regardless of the fact that like it is a novel. She was like, oh,
Hmm.
this would be a
You need to
beautiful
spread
adaptation.
awareness. Yeah.
And yes, awareness of these kinds of relationships and how hard they are for the people in them, like especially that person that
Hmm.
is experiencing that kind of abuse. And so she was really excited about it. And I have seen some interviews about it of like creative differences, like with certain music that was played and
Yep.
what, like you're saying, like what the portrayal was supposed to be versus what they tried to make it be. And I have
Yeah.
seen stuff about that too now that you're saying that. But so the main Justin Baldoni, is that who you're talking about? That's not
Yes, it
right.
is.
Is it?
No, that's
Okay.
him. Hmm.
Yep. Yep. Justin
I
Baldoni.
know people were
Yeah.
just calling him JB.
Yes. Hmm.
Um, well, there's all of that, but also just having a discussion. I went out with my aunt on Saturday, and she was telling me because she went and saw it on release day, and I was like, "Oh,
Hmm.
like how was it?" And she said that there was actually quite some big key elements that were missing.
Oh.
So, preface this now if you have not read the book and you are wanting to read it, this is a big spoiler. So, fair
Peace out.
warning, skip ahead.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so one of the big ones, and I'm pretty okay with this one though, is when they're going back and they're referring to the past of when Lily and Atlas are in high school. Lily
Hmm.
writes in her diary and she is writing to Ellen DeGeneres.
Yes.
Because, and then like he comes to her house and they watch Ellen. That is a big part of their relationship. She loves Ellen. And then a big thing for them is just keep swimming. Well, none of that is in
Hmm.
there. You can see her writing in her journal and it says, Dear Ellen, but it's completely cut out aside from that,
Okay.
which I don't know why they did that. I know Ellen can be a controversial topic, so I'm not sure if that's why they chose to, or I mean, I thought that part was super weird in the book itself, so I was like, okay,
There
whatever.
could have been ways to alter that though, to
Hmm.
because now it's just
Still
like
fully
a dead end of
true.
who's Ellen? Like who are you writing
Hmm.
to? Versus like creating some kind
Yeah.
of character and relationship there. But to not have it at all is kind of like, okay, plot hole.
But the big one, so there's two big ones. More of a pivotal moment. So when Lily finally goes to her mom, because we know her mom was also being abused by Lily's dad, Lily goes to her mom and tells her about what Ryle is actually doing and the abuse that she is going through. And they have this
Hmm.
big heart to heart, and that is completely cut out. There is no heart to heart with her mom.
Oh,
Like
ooh.
this pivotal moment in their relationship, and it's gone.
Uh-huh.
Okay. But the other
Okay.
big one, so Lily comes home, and we have known about this magnet that Lily takes wherever she goes that says better in Boston. And we find
Hmm.
out that Atlas gave it to her because that's what he always said, everything's better in Boston.
Hmm.
And Ryle makes her read a news article out loud. He's like, look at this article, and it's all about Atlas's restaurant. Bibbs
Yes.
is getting an award, whatever. And he's like, what does Bibbs stand for, Lily? And then he's freaking out because she has the magnet that says better in Boston. He's like, where'd you get the magnet? It's a whole big thing. It leads
Yes. It's
to
a whole thing.
one of his episodes. The magnet is not in there. It's like it's in the background, but there is no mention of it, no importance, no significance, nothing. He has to read the article, but the magnet is not it. It's just like a background piece.
Huh.
I know. I was like, what? Those are huge things.
Especially for
So I'm
like
kind of annoyed by that.
the story itself isn't that complex that those pieces couldn't have been included.
Oh, I just remembered another one. And Bibbs is not named Bibbs. It's called Roots.
No.
Yeah, they like they omitted so many big parts of this movie. I was like, what? I haven't even seen it. And now I'm like, I wasn't sure if I was going to see it, but I want to see it for Blake Lively and just to compare to the book. But now I'm like, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Is
So
this
that was the
why
feedback from my Aunt
adaptations are so
Elisa.
hard? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
But the feedback I did get from our friend Allie, she said it was good. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't her favorite movie, but it was just good. It was fine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's what we have heard about this movie. It it'll be interesting whenever we end up watching it.
In a nutshell, since I didn't go this last weekend with those friends, I highly doubt I will see it in theaters. So when it comes
Yeah, I
to
won't.
a TV in my current home, I will get around to it and then we can check back in on that. But super exciting
It might be
stuff.
a
I
couple
mean,
years.
yeah, it might be a while. I don't know. Eventually I'll get to it. I don't know. Like I said, like not a huge Colleen Hoover fan, so it's not something I'm like dying to see. Plus I just don't go to a lot of movies, but um it's super
Hmm.
exciting. I love when they do translate. Obviously, I am a big book reader, so like I like to read the books and then see the movies, or sometimes I watch the movie and then read the book, but always we know books
Yeah.
do it better, way more descriptive, all those little details obviously that are now missing
Yeah.
out of the movie. Hello, what? But
I
cool
know.
things, cool things. The other exciting TV adaptation, I guess you could call it TV, is the Netflix adaptation of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Oh, I loved that
Right
series so
there.
much. I like flew
That's a
through that
really good
series
book.
so fast. It was so good. So I ended up starting it the other night, which is really funny because my husband walked in and was like, "What are we watching?" And then he was just like standing in front of the TV, like couldn't stop. And he's like, what is happening? And it's really good from the get-go. And I read this, I want to say 2022, I think.
Hmm.
I really don't know. I feel like I read it in 2022. And so when the show started, I kind of was like, okay, wait, what is it again? And then immediately I was like, oh yeah. And he's like asking me questions about certain characters. And I'm like, well, this person's this, and this person's related to this person, or and then it kind of all
Hmm.
flooded back. So the show to the book is doing a really, really good job so far. The main character, so the main character is Pip Fitzamobi, and the actress playing her is, oh, see, this is why I pulled up my phone because I forgot her name already. Cut that out.
Yeah, yeah.
the the actress playing her is Emma Myers, and she was the side character best friend in Wednesday, which is also a really good show
Hmm.
on Netflix. So if you haven't watched that, you should watch that too. It doesn't really have, I mean, it's kind of bookish, I guess. Really good show. The actress, though, she is such a cute actress, and she's doing a really good job. And I'm like,
Hmm.
why am I not still watching? Like, they have season 1. It came out August 1st. Not sure when they're going to keep
Hmm.
going, but I am going to fly through it. I just know it because it's really good and really close to the book, and I love it so far. So that's a good one to check out too for bookish TV shows.
I am super excited to start that one. I
Hmm.
haven't quite yet, but I have read the first book. I do have the second one sitting here. I just haven't read it yet. But
I don't know
the
how.
first
I
one
like
was,
it's so good.
I flew through the first one, but then oh, it's because I just finished the tandem read for Throne of Glass and I was moving
Oh,
on to Kingdom of Ash. So that's why I didn't go straight into that one. And
and
then we've done all the
coming out of
podcasts
that,
and
like, yes, coming
yeah,
out of that, you're like, wait, no, I have to go straight to Kingdom of Ash. Like, the 100%
yeah.
respect that. But I think the second one was a little slower for me. And then I think the third one I really enjoyed. And I've read a couple others by that author. I feel like I
Hmm.
read, um,
Yeah.
hold on, I got to look up what the other ones are called now because I don't want to say it wrong.
Didn't you read the 5 one?
Yeah, okay. So there's Good Girls Guide to Murder, Good Girl, Bad Blood, which is the second one, and then As Good as Dead.
Hmm.
And then they did like a novella, which is Killjoy. That wasn't really my favorite either. And then Five Survive by Holly Jackson. And then she just came out this year with the reappearance of Rachel Price. And I haven't read that one. I keep seeing it on shelves and I keep meaning to grab it, but I just haven't yet. Um, all good books. Five Survive was not my favorite. I think that one was really predictable for me. Good Girls Guide to Murder had a lot of twists. There's a
Lots of
lot
twists.
going on in the books. And so you think you
Hmm.
have it, but you don't. So just keep
Yeah.
reading. Or if you want to watch the show instead, like check that out. But both are really good. I recommend reading it and then watching because it's really good. So yeah.
I'm super excited. We also
So
want
excited.
to talk about some of our most recent favorite places to buy bookish merch. And,
Yes.
we've talked about this a handful of times in episodes, especially some of these shops. But first and foremost, we are going to bring up our girl, Allie, who has her shop, Bookish Dreamers. If you haven't looked at her store and you like bookish things, not even just fantasy, like she has a whole Emily Henry line, and
Mhm.
truly like just the cutest,
Everything
but not like in your face.
in your
It's a book
face. Yes.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm actually wearing a shirt from her shop. It says Starborn and it has runes star sword. If you know, kind of Crescent City thing, but it was a birthday present from her. Thank you again, Allie. You are so sweet. And we also really love Miss Victoria, who has Livco, and y'all know we have the PJs.
The PJs
I
have
just
made their
ordered,
appearance.
I'm like, I just ordered my third set. This is a problem.
I really was bummed. I got caught in a meeting that morning and I
Mm-hmm.
missed the drop. I even had like it in my alarm and everything, and I missed it by an hour. The time change really messes with me, but missed it because I was busy. But October, new another
Yes.
restock, and I will 100% get a set because I'm so mad I don't have the short sets yet. I need a Throne of Glass set now. Throne of Glass has taken over my entire brain. Yeah,
Same.
I need a set.
So if you haven't seen the PJ sets that Victoria has, which I'm shocked if you haven't, and not only PJ sets, but we have throw blankets, we have phone cases, we have cute dad hats. Literally, like she has so much on
Everything.
her shop outside of the PJs, but the PJs are the
Everything.
big seller right now. So we
Mhm.
all know she has the three Massiverse sets. I am only missing the Crescent City set, but um, she will be doing one dark window polyester pant sets coming soon. And then she's doing a fourth wing satin short set. The print hasn't been shown yet, but those will be coming out in January, right before Onyx Storm. So we are so excited and we just
So excited.
absolutely love Victoria and her shop. Seriously, go check out Livco as well.
Yes.
Another shop that I really like is the Bean Workshop. I have a couple of shirts from them, and they're just really good quality, super cute. Lots of good Fourth Wing merch.
Yeah. One of my other favorite shops is Novel Wicks. If you have not checked them out, do. My other candle from them is upstairs, but they are literally, oh, they smell so good. So this was my Akhtar one. It's a cereal, spill the tea, and they are like glitter on top. They smell so
They're
good.
so
This scent
freaking cute.
is tea and cakes. Oh my god, they're so good. The quality is amazing. I am horrible because I'm like, I know this would be delicious to burn. I can't
But
do it. I
never.
cannot do it. I don't know. And then I have a Aylin and Rowan one upstairs. But and then I also have been obsessing over Allie Rose Co. I have been actually for years, like since I want to say she started her shop in 2020, like during COVID. And I have been following her since then. It has really pivoted from like stickers and stationery to just a lot of things. But she recently did, she's always had bookmarks. So I have a lot. And I love them all. These are some of my favorites that I have. The Hot Girls Read is like so it's specific to Allie Rose, and then she really got into the Pantone colors, and so these are some of my favorites. So I have these are Tessa Bailey, and it's the color swatches from her different books. Then I have Throne of Glass, so adorable, and then because of all of our questions on how which era we're in, I couldn't help it, but I have the eras one as well. So Taylor Swift, all of her era colors, and they're the Pantone colors, and then they're so cute. And then I did recently just get her sticker sheets, which are super cute, and then she did a collab with Brady Lockerbie, and that was to die for. And her launch like went insanely successful, like sold out in minutes. I ended up
So fast.
scoring the it's like a cobalt blue Hot Girls Read sweatshirt, and then I'm waiting and anticipating if she's gonna bring the tote bags back because they are to die for, and it looks like the best quality. So that is on my radar. If it comes back, I need it immediately. But that is another bookish shop. Two more bookish shops I love: Novel Wicks, check them out, and then Allie Rose Co. And then for Montana's birthday, which was last week, I went in with her husband and we got her Acrylic sets of Throne of
You can see
Glass.
them kind of up here. They're kind of cut off,
They're
but
just peeking. And so I had gotten them the when you order, they're really great about it, but the shipping is like a couple months out or whatever. So it actually told me it was going to ship end of July, which would have been perfect for her August birthday, but they came end of June. So I had them. So naturally, I had to peek at them. And they were so beautifully done. Like I was so hesitant because I'm like, wow, it's a pricey set, like to say the least.
It is.
So labor, like literally so deserved it. Montana deserves the world. And
Oh my God,
yeah,
stop.
it was
Gonna make
great.
me cry.
And the reaction was the best. Her crying over like these beautiful books. But so I opened
I
them,
did
peeked
cry.
at them, was just astounded by how beautiful they were and could not, like, I cried when I opened them. And my husband was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, they're so pretty." The artwork, the dust jackets, the covers, everything is literally perfect. The edges,
So
stunning.
great.
Like to the foiling on the borders of the covers, everything is so detailed and thought out. They're so
Mm-hmm.
pretty, worth every single penny. That he was like, "Well, I think you need a set." And so we are now big sponsors, not sponsors, but if they want to sponsor it, if they want to, hey, if you want to be on the podcast at all and talk about your books, we're huge Acrylopix fans. I will definitely probably be ordering
Please,
more
we
from
would love
them in the
that.
future because,
Yeah.
yeah, I was so impressed with the quality. I do really like to collect books as well as obviously read them, but those were
Mm-hmm.
by far some of the best I've ever seen quality wise.
They're
Just astounding.
gorgeous.
So
They
they're
are
so gorgeous.
just well, and they came with these beautiful end pages, or I'm sorry, not end pages,
Mm-hmm.
page overlays, and
Mm-hmm.
these, oh my gosh, these bookmarks. They're
The
character
bookmarks.
eyes and they have quotes,
Yes,
and I died. You can find them on my page because Callie took the most gorgeous flat lays with them, and
I did.
I just can't. I can't. They're so great, and like she said, like the moment I opened the box and I saw the box that the books come in, I just instant tears because I knew what they were, and I would probably never buy them for myself just because of the price tag on them. But as much as I wanted them, like I just couldn't do it. And her and my husband were like, "No, we are doing this," and
We're making it.
they are on the top of the shelf, and I just stare at them all the time because they're so beautiful.
They are so pretty. I have not even unboxed my set because I need to add another shelf, but
Yeah.
they'll get there eventually. And they are just so pretty. Highly, highly recommend checking out Acrylopix. Quality is above none. So another good shop to
Well,
check out.
and their Crescent City series that they've started teasing is so cute. And
Yes,
then their ACOTAR
so good.
ones are Valaris. They have Fourth Wing. They have
Mm-hmm.
Divine Rivals. Like so many good series.
They do. I think they have some smaller, lesser known books too that aren't,
Hmm.
SJM or Rebecca Yarros, but I'm not kidding. Like the quality is so good. Like I can
Yeah.
only imagine they're all that way. So check them out. If you get a set and it's, a different series, like share pictures, post them, hype them up because they're so,
Tell
so
us.
pretty. And
Yeah.
I definitely am going to take some more when I get mine unboxed and do some more flat lays because I did. That was so much fun. But then I had those pictures in my phone for a month and was like I remember I told you this. I made it my background on my phone. Nerdy, I know. Thank you. And I took a screenshot of a message to send to Montana and it was in the background and I almost sent it and panicked. I was like, "Oh no, I can't spoil it" because this was prior to her birthday. And yeah, the reaction was well worth it because they are so, so
Oof.
beautiful. And shout out to the Hubs because he did not even question when I was like, "Hey, so this for her birthday?" He was like, "Okay, sure." Like he was totally on board. He's like, "Yeah, she'll love that."
Hey, you know what? Our men love us and we'll take it. So
And that's all we want. Spoil us with books. Thank you.
please and thank you. Always
Still
and
waiting for
forever.
my book bouquet. Yep.
Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But something that we are actually spoiling ourselves with, and we've kind of touched on it a few episodes ago, but on October 5th, Callie and I and some other friends of ours, we are attending a night court ball in Phoenix hosted by House of Flame and Revelry. Also, keep your eyes on our page about maybe learning more about House of Flame and Revelry with us. Shh,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't hear that from us, but yeah, we are so excited. We're going to a ball together.
Finally, we had one scheduled and it didn't happen, and now we're
Hmm.
like, no, this is gonna happen, and I'm excited because night court, hello, like, although because prior I definitely would have done ACOTAR. Now I'm so in the mindset of
Yeah.
Throne of Glass, I will probably pivot and cosplay someone from that, and I have someone in mind that I'm really excited, and we'll get to that in a moment. But then it also worked out that our friend that we met through Instagram, her at is at Honey I Bought Another Book. Our bestie Chelsea, she is now our third little
Oh my
wifey
gosh.
in our gang, and she
Yeah.
is now joining us too. And we are so excited because bookish friends, like we met you on the internet, and now we all get to hang out and go do bookish things together, and that is the dream. So
I
excited.
cannot wait. Like,
Cannot,
Chelsea
like,
just literally a
countdown is on.
post came up on my feed and it was like an introduction post and she said that she had a pug named Gus. So I messaged her. I was like, I also have a pug named Gus. And we just hit it off and I was like, Callie, this girl Chelsea. And so then they started following each other and talking and now we have like group chats and it's just been the best. Like she has just like merged her
She's
way
great.
into this best friendship so fast and we are
She
so
has.
excited to like actually finally meet her and all be together and go do so many fun things together. I just cannot believe it. It's we have like 50 some days and we're just stoked.
I have it October 3rd. It's in 50 days exactly.
Oh, I could cry.
Yeah. So less than 2 months and I get
Guys,
to see you, which is already really exciting because we get to meet Chelsea. But if you don't know or missed this in our previous episodes, Montana and I have been friends for
almost
almost
5 years.
5 years. Yeah. And we have not seen
Mm-hmm.
each other in the last four,
4.5.
4.5. So
Yeah,
that is astounding. I've known you longer than I've been in the same state as you. So, yeah, it's
it's
really
so bizarre.
heartbreaking. And my only expectation is that you're in the airport so I can run into your arms and ugly cry in front of a bunch of strangers. It'll be so
Same.
great.
I'm gonna be like shaking, just like, and they're gonna be like,
Mm-hmm.
"Ma'am, are you okay?" I'm gonna be like,
No.
"No, my best friend is coming."
I'm so excited. So, yeah, 50 days. And honestly, it will be
Yay.
so fun too. So, we've obviously been planning our outfits and things like that. I am not really through Throne of Glass. Like I said, I'm in Queen of Shadows, so I feel like I'm still learning so much about the characters. But I have an idea because Montana has hinted that I should be a certain someone, and I love the look. I think she's gorgeous. It fits the color palette I enjoy, so I'm like, sure, why
I
not?
mean,
I
just
haven't
say it.
really.
Just say it.
So Lysandra, and
Yes.
yeah, I'm excited. I think she'll be a great character. And I have really, I did talk to Chelsea the other day and I said, I haven't really been looking her up because I don't want to see any spoilers. So she's like, I'll do it for you. And so she
Yeah.
sent me a couple pictures, and which I know you have too, but I was like, yes, she's gorgeous. And the green is right up my alley. So probably going to go that
Hmm.
route. She's gorgeous. I'm excited. And you have a really exciting idea too.
I do. Well, yes, Lysandra, I feel like would just be so perfect with you. Like the green is really what stood out to me, but like I just feel like your hair would really match her vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you get through Queen of Shadows and you just know so much more, you're gonna be like, yes, her.
Yeah.
And fun enough. As of right now, Chelsea's inspo is Nesta, and we love Our Lady
Mm-hmm.
Death. So super duper exciting there. Yes, so I got a dress. I went dress shopping this last weekend with my aunt Elisa because she's also going to the ball with us, and
She
her
is.
dress inspo is based off of More, which is so exciting.
Yes. Oh, I didn't know
I
that. I
know
love that.
the dress is stunning on her. I can't wait for us to start posting all of our pictures and videos from this night. Like, I don't want it
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
be here because I don't want it to be over, but I want it
No,
to be here because I want to like have this time already.
I want to do it. I want to go do it.
Yes. But yes, I have my dress. I am going as our favorite witchling, Manon.
Yes. I'm excited. I'm
I
just
think so
excited to
too.
go, honestly, and like dance with you and Chelsea and Elisa and be able to hang out. And we have other fun bookish things planned for that weekend because we'll be there for a few days. So we're gonna
Yes.
do a FanTEAsy kind of podcast slash bookish photo shoot. We found a cute little studio
Mhm.
that literally is to die for. It has like a whole
So
bookish
good.
wall. Yeah,
Mhm.
like end me that I just want to live there. And yeah, so literally this October, this whole year has been so good between the podcast. Getting you got to go in March. We're gonna go in
Yep.
October. All the bookish events, all really fun things. We're doing God's work out here, getting to share books.
And
That was so
make sure you
pretentious. I
guys start
apologize.
checking. Make sure you guys start keeping an eye on your local Barnes and Nobles because they are starting to announce who is doing Onyx Storm midnight release parties. And since the last ones for Iron
Hmm.
Flame and House of Flame and Shadow have been such a big deal, it seems like more locations are starting to host them now.
Yes.
Because the one that my aunt Elisa and my friend Dawn and I we all go to, and our friend Victoria, we typically drive to Tempe, which for us it's like a 45-minute drive to get up there.
Hmm.
Um, but they do a really big midnight release party, and it's so much fun. But now that they're getting so big, make sure you check your local Barnes and Noble to see because they are starting to announce if they're doing them or not. And if you
Yeah.
haven't been to a midnight release party, they are so fun. So definitely mark your calendar for the end of January.
Yes. And in other kind of bookish news, I don't know. We were kind of looking around at like what is going on outside of what we see on social media and just like here, talking to friends and whatnot. And so one thing that I
Hmm.
kind of stumbled upon in the news was a statewide ban for the state of Utah of, sadly, some of our favorite books.
Yeah, it's
Hold on, let me pull up the
crazy.
article again. Um, I mean, I guess I'm not surprised, but it is interesting. So, um, books by Margaret Atwood, Judy Blume, and SJM are among the 13 titles that the state of Utah has ordered to be removed from all public schools and classrooms, which I do actually find pretty interesting because just the other day kind of fun fact, I'm working at my kids' school this year a couple days a week, which is really just a fun thing. The school needs some help. And so I'm excited about that. But so the friends that I have up at school, they work in the library too, or not too. I don't work in the library, but they work in the library. And we were up there talking bookish and we were kind of going the route of around the podcast. They were asking me some questions and it was fun. And she had said, she doesn't read a lot of fantasy, but she enjoys, all the different books and whatever. And I said, yeah, I'm reading SJM right now. And she's like, oh, is that the one? And so she had pulled up in their database, and we do have Throne of Glass in our school library. And I don't know if that's what they're pulling. I should, I guess, look further. But we have Throne of Glass, and I don't think that's one that I would necessarily think would be pulled. Akatar,
No.
I wouldn't have that in
ACOTAR
my.
could be questionable
Yeah,
for,
Akatar would be way different.
I'm sure
But
we
then like
read
you're talking
worse.
like Judy Blume, like what? I don't know. So it is
I
interesting, but it's
know.
the
It's
whole
so
whole
silly.
statewide book bans for like school libraries and stuff. The difference the different books that they do have on those or just even those lists in general, they're really crazy to me. Some books that we grew up like reading in school and then some
Hmm.
books that because they have like there's racial slurs or
Yeah.
incest or, whatever controversial topics they may have. I do see, in a sense, that those can be used for educational purposes.
Hmm.
Like you're talking like now I'm trying to think of what are like the really big ones that I've seen.
That are now banned. We have like To Kill a
Yeah.
Mockingbird, Tom
Yeah.
Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn. A lot of those classic titles are more banned now, where it's like truly you could use those as a teaching moment.
I do. I think they're like good for teaching purposes as far as yeah, we read all of those. Or what was that other one? Lord of the Flies.
Lord of the Flies,
Is
yep.
that on there? Because that was kind of a
I
weird
don't
book, but like
know.
I don't know if it's on there. We read some of those weird books though, and I'm like,
Hmm.
they're not that bad. But I guess I mean, yeah, you wouldn't check that out to like an eighth grader, but like a sophomore in high school, and then it
Yeah.
opens up discussion of these books.
Good.
So fun things that Utah apparently is getting rid of our queen SJM.
And other bookish news, kind of in relation to this. So, if you are any sort of fan of dark romance, you know that it can be really hard to find them in stores. So, Miss H.D. Carlton, who is mostly known for Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline, but she also has a handful of other books as well. She is sold online on Amazon and through her website. Barnes and Noble did pick her back up after not having her books for a while because of all the triggers. Well, she
Mhm.
just announced not too long ago that she got the approval to sell her books in stores. So she has a whole list. Let's
Woo!
see, because we are coming in hot. I'm telling you, we got like Walmart, Target, literally everything. All book retailers at this point will have her books. And fun fact, Hunting Adeline and Shallow River are all getting revamped new covers. And I'm like,
I
okay,
did.
I have the
Yes.
first. I'm like, oh, do I need the new covers? No. Do I
I
want them? Yes.
they are so pretty and
Fine. They're
I
very
know. I'm
pretty. They
like, do I
still look
really?
similar.
They do look similar, but they are really pretty. Those books, they don't look that thick, but I tell you what, that is a heavy book.
It is,
It's
yeah.
dense. It's a dense one. Like she jam packed it in there.
It is. So Haunting
It's
Adeline
good.
is hitting shelves the 27th of this month, so a few weeks. Hunting is coming September 10th. Does It Hurt also comes September 10th, whereas Molly is October 8th. Satan's Affair is coming December 3rd, and then Shallow River is hitting shelves January 7th of next year. The cover for that one, gorgeous. And
Yeah.
truly, we're dark romance girlies too, so
Hmm.
these books don't bother us. But if you haven't dabbled
No,
into this world or even dark romance in general, proceed with caution, read the trigger warnings, your mental health matters.
definitely
So,
check your triggers. Hmm.
yeah, go from there. It's not really a bother for us, but it might be a bother for you. So, take care of yourself first. Well, if you guys enjoyed this episode, leave us a comment here on the video or wherever you're listening.
Yes.
Tell us what Taylor Swift era you're in and leave us a little sparkle emoji just to let us know you're in the comments.
Sparkle.
Sound off for us. If you know us, you know we like the
Yes,
sparkle emoji.
we do.
But thank you again for being here and just joining us for this fun little like catch up chat. Yeah, please consider leaving us a review, like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow us on social media, whatever you would like to do to help
All the
support
things.
us and our ever growing journey on this podcast. We're having so much fun doing this, and we
Yeah.
just appreciate you guys sticking with us and being here for all these fun things. And we have some big things coming up with some special guests as well. So just keep your eyes on our social media pages and on our channels to see what we have coming up in the future.
Yay. And this was fun. And as always, thank you for being here and listening and continuing the conversation with us. We love to chat and we appreciate all the support and love. And yeah, until next time, we will see you soon. Bye.
Bye.